In this tutorial, I am going to give you some hints to help you memorize the name of the functional groups, the family name of the group, and how to use the IUPAC rules to name that compound, or how to give the IUPAC name. So keep in mind that all the functional groups either have carbonyl or don't have carbonyl. So it's just a C without a double bond, O. So I'm just going to write that this is a carbonyl as a functional group. Now the family name of this compound, I'm going to write the family name in blue. So the family name of this compound could be ketone or an aldehyde. Now how can I memorize it and how can I differentiate between the two? Ketone is a C double bond O and it's surrounded with other carbons. So it's not number one. It could be any number, the second, the third on the chain, but not the first carbon on the chain. Whereas the aldehyde, the C double bond O is surrounded by hydrogen. Now look at this. There's a letter H here, which reminds me with hydrogen. So I have to place a hydrogen here. Usually in aldehyde, this is carbon number 1, followed by other carbons. Now let me just give you an example of 3 carbons. So here's CH3. Or wait, I'll leave the naming till the end. Like this you will figure out, or you will find like something common between them. I'm just going to leave the naming till the end. So here I have carbons and this is aldehyde. Okay, now let me just take this carbonyl and start building on it. So I'm going to start C double bond O, and I'll write after it just an oxygen followed with carbons from here and there. And I'm just going to write the same but without the C double bond O over here. So these are functional groups that look like the same. That's an ester, while that's an ether. Now this ester belongs to the family name is also ester. And a nice thing here, the family name is ether. Now again, I'm going to put this double bond O, but this time, instead of just writing O after it, I'm going to write OH. And again, I'm not going to put C double bond O here. I'm just going to put simply the OH, just like that. Okay, so this one is the carboxyl, and this one is the hydroxyl. Now look at this hint. I said that C double bond O is carbonyl, and I'm telling you that OH is hydroxyl. Since these two are combined together, so the name of this compound or this functional group is gonna be carboxyl, just like that. Carboxyl. It's the combination of carbonyl and the hydroxyl group. So that's carboxyl, belonging to the family of carboxylic acids. Now also carboxylic acid, like aldehyde, this is always carbon number 1. So when I'm naming it, that's the first one to start numbering in the chain. And for the hydroxyl, it belongs to the family of alcohol. Now again, I'm gonna put one more time the carbonyl. So I've done it with O, I've done it with OH. Now I'm gonna put nitrogen next to it, and again, no double bond O here. I'm just gonna put simply N. Of course, there are carbons on the side. Also here could be carbons, could be hydrogens, as long as you see nitrogen atom. Now, this belongs to the functional group called amino. So there's a nitrogen, there's a letter N in the name. Now this one belongs to the family group, the functional group of amide. Remember, there is a C double bond O. Letter D reminds me that there's a double bond over here. Now the functional group, amide, amino. The family name is gonna be also amide. That's nice, it's the same. And for this one, it's gonna be amine, one letter difference. Now we're done with these groups that look like each other. So just memorize it that way. When you reach your exam, write it on the paper of the exam. Now, we also have some additional functional groups, like when I have an alkane, but somewhere on this alkane, I have a halogen, either Cl or F or Br or I. So these are halogens. So the functional group now is called a halogen. But the family name, instead of saying alkane, I'm gonna say a haloalkane. Haloalkane. And you have the carbon chain with a sulfur atom somewhere. So this is the thiol functional group and thiol family name. Now, the IUPAC naming. I'm gonna write again the one that you are responsible to name in your exam. So you have to know how to name an ether and how to name an alcohol. Not just name and draw. Draw and name. Ether only name. Now, you also need to name and draw ketone and aldehyde. And you also have to learn how to name and draw a carboxylic acid. So basically these are the ones. Okay? So let me just take an example for all of them. I'm just gonna take 4 carbons. Ether, I said there's an O between carbons. Let's say I have here 3 carbons and here 1 carbon. In ether, no numbers. No numbers. So you're just gonna name each side as a branch. Like this is methyl. And this one is propyl. You consider both of them as branches, so you should end them with YL, methyl propyl, and you end with ether. Remember, there are no numbers in the name. Now, if I have 4 carbons and I have an alcohol, I want to name an alcohol. The OH could be here, or the OH could be here, for example. So definitely, I need to use numbers. So, the name of this one would be butane, but instead of the E here, this is an alcohol. We're gonna end it with ol, butanol. Where exactly? On the second 2-butanol. Now, if this was a ketone, now let's make it a ketone. I'm gonna change this functional group and make it a ketone. This is a ketone. Now, the ketone comes also with numbers. You have to put numbers. So instead of butane, you're gonna now say butanone. See? Non. Butanone. And where exactly? On the second butanone. Now let me write again the same one, but this time I want to make it an aldehyde. Remember, I told you the aldehyde, the carbonyl group must be at the end. So this should be at the end or at the beginning if you want. There's a hydrogen, and hydrogen. So in aldehyde, this is always number 1. you start numbering and counting. You start counting from here. Now look at this one. Aldehyde starts with al. So here, no numbers except for the branches if I have a branch somewhere. So you're just gonna say butan and you're gonna end it with al. No numbers. Now let's make it a carboxylic acid. 1, 2, 3, and 4. How do I make it a carboxylic acid? I have to put a carbonyl and a hydroxyl. Also, I told you that in the carboxylic acid, this is the first carbon. So you start numbering your chain right from this carbon. So here H2, H2, H3. Again, in this one, no numbers to use in the IUPAC. No numbers over here. So again, you're gonna say butan, but this time you're gonna use oic acid. Butanoic, you're gonna add the letter O and oic acid with no number. Don't worry about amines and esters. Naming them is not included. Now, let's say I have to draw. So let's say they gave me a compound. All I have to know is examine the termination. Let's say 3-methyl hexanal or 3-methyl 1-hexanol or 3-methyl hexanoic acid, or let's say 3-methyl 2-hexanone. What else I have? I did the alcohol. I think I still have the ethers. Yeah, I have the ether. The ether follows its own name. I'm not gonna do this example here. So let's start. You look at this one, al. So you keep in mind that I'm gonna put a C double bond OH, and that's gonna be my first carbon. So in this one, I'm gonna put an OH. In this one, I'm gonna put a COOH. And in this one, I'm gonna put a C double bond O, but not the first. So let's say hexanal, 6 carbons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So this is aldehyde, so definitely that's the first. I'm done with the first one. I have on the third 1-methyl. So that's the third. I have 1-methyl, and you complete the rest with hydrogens. You're done. Now let's do the same, and now make it hexanol. And hexanol where? On the first. You see this first carbon? I'm just gonna change it. And instead of double bond, I'm just gonna put OH. Now this carbon will have 2 hydrogens instead. I've done the 3-methyl hexanol. Now I'm gonna change it again and do it a carboxylic acid. So in here, I'm gonna erase this functional group and make it a carboxylic acid. So it has to be on the side OH. Now I'm done with this. Now let's make it hexanone. I know if I have an hexanone, it can't be on this side. So I'm just gonna erase it from here. And where do I want it? I want it on the second. So I'm gonna go erase the hydrogens of the second carbon and put the carbonyl over here. So that's the first, that's the second, that's the third, fourth, 5, and 6. Now look at this carbon. It has 1, 2. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. It cannot take any more hydrogens. I hope you benefit from this video and help you memorize naming, drawing, and the functional groups and their family names.